Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Heather, I'm the Bent Yogi. Welcome to Mindful Monday, a short practice where we breathe and move and practice meditation. Today, we're actually going to focus more on movement as meditation. This is a short standing practice, mostly standing, great for beginners. We're going to get started in Tadasana Standing. So go ahead, if you're not already, stand up. If you have a mat, sure, stand on your mat, but if you don't worry about it. You don't need one for this Mindful Monday. Set your feet. You might bring your big toes to touch with just a little bit of space between your heels. You might find you feel steadier with your feet about hips width distance. Hips width distance is a funny thing. People think hips width distance, the inner edges of their feet in line with the outsides of their hips. Actually, what you want is the outer edges of your feet in line with the outsides of your hips. So the good news is your hips probably aren't as big as you think they are. Set your feet. Arms and hands can come alongside you. And let your shoulders soften down. Let the crown of your head reach up. And just a little bit of lift here in your chin, space between your chin and your chest. This is a practice with movement, but all movement starts with breath. So together, let's take a deep breath in and a long breath out. A deep inhale, fill up. And a big exhale, empty out. And you can close your eyes if you like. You might find you feel steadier if you set your gaze to one point or even lower your gaze down towards the ground. Feel your feet. Go ahead and lift your toes. Spread them apart and place them back down again. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And just start to shift the weight of your body around a little bit. Shifting more into your right foot, so you're kind of leaning to your right. And shifting to your left foot. Shift back into your heels. Your toes might come up off your mat. Shift forward into the balls of your feet. Might tip forward a little bit. Come back to center. And notice, were you holding your breath during any of that? So let's try it again. And this time, really pay attention to your breath. As you inhale, shift to the right. And as you exhale, shift to the left. As you inhale, shift back into your heels. And as you exhale, come forward into the balls of your feet. Inhaling, come back to center. Right here, exhaling. Once more here, breathe in. And breathe out. Now, as you inhale, sweep your arms up and reach up. As you exhale, draw your hands through heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep up and reach up. You can look up as you exhale. Hands through heart. Inhale, sweep up, reach up. Exhale, hands through heart. Once more, inhale, sweep up. Now as you exhale, start to fold forward. You can bend your knees a lot as you fold forward. And feel free to let your head drop. Now as you inhale, come into a halfway lift. Hands can come to your shins. You can keep the bend in your knees. Your feet on your mat flat, toes are soft, but a little more weight in the balls of your feet. So just like when we were standing, shift a little bit forward, but not so much that you throw yourself off balance. That's the key to all of this. Not so much that you throw yourself off balance, just enough that maybe it feels challenging. It's nice to challenge yourself, but also feel that you can enjoy yourself. Low belly draws in and up here. There's a little lift to your chest and your heart. Take a big inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, rise to stand, come all the way up, reach up. I call these half Sun Salutations. As you exhale, folding forward, softening your knees, letting your head drop. Inhaling, coming to a halfway lift, heart lifts, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. So just waking up our body. Inhale, rise up, waking up our energy. Lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come into your flat back, your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, come all the way up, rise up, reach up, lift up. Draw your hands to your heart. Here, take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Now feel your feet soften your toes. Stay connected to your breath. Ground through your right foot and lift your left knee, just about hips height. Pause for a moment. Feel that shift. Right? Maybe you're a little bit wobbly. If it's too much to lift the left foot all the way, then work with your left big toe on your mat, or a couple of your toes on your mat. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, bring your left foot back down. Pause for a moment. Check in with your foundation. Really intentionally set your feet. Now shift the weight of your body into your left foot and draw your right knee up. Use your core to lift your right leg. You're lifting the knee, but you're lifting your whole leg. And stay tall and upright here. Watch out for leaning back. Watch out for tipping back into the heel. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, right foot comes back down. Take a deep breath in here. Then a long breath out. Now inhale, sweep your arms up and keep your arms up as you ground into your right foot and lift your left knee once more. If this feels like too much, go ahead and bring your hands back to your heart. Take a big inhale, step your left foot back behind you. Come into a lunge. Take a big breath in, open out, warrior two. Set your front foot so it's flat and straight. You can bend your front knee so it tracks over your front ankle, but you can also back off from that point. Back toes towards the side edge of your mat, maybe a little bit forward, long and strong through your back leg. As you inhale, straighten your front leg and reach your hands up. As you exhale, come back to your warrior two, hands at shoulder height. Inhale, straighten your front leg and reach up. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg and reach up. Now pause here. Right hand stays lifted. Let your left hand come to your back leg. Reach up and start to go back. So really nice lengthening here through your right side body. Both legs are long. You are straightening your legs, but you're not pushing or forcing for that. So maybe a little softness in the front knee. Now as you inhale, with your legs straight, come back to center, hands parallel to the ground. Reach forward with your right hand as far forward as you can. Your hips will shift back. Let your right hand extend down and let your left arm come up. So you're coming into your triangle here. Your right hand can land on your leg. You might work with a prop. Your right hand on something like a block or a water bottle if you have it handy, just to give yourself a little bit of lift. And you can work with your left hand high. You can also rest your left arm on your left side body. And your gaze can be anywhere that works for your neck and your shoulders. So it might be up at the lifted hand. It might be to the side. It might be down towards the ground. But set your gaze and take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Now let that top arm bring you back up to stand. Drop your hands and simply step your left foot up to meet your right. And reset here. Come back to stand. Hands to your heart. Check in with your feet, soften your toes, take a big inhale. And a big exhale. As you inhale, sweep your arms up and reach up. Weight of your body on your left foot, lift your right knee. And again, remember, you can bring your hands to your heart. You can also rest your right toes on the ground. Take a big breath in. Right foot steps back. Come on into your lunge. Take a long inhale here. Open out to your warrior two. Move your feet around a little bit so you can find a foundation that works for you. Your front foot is flat and straight. Your knee can track over your ankle. If that feels like too much, back off the bend in the knee, not a big deal. Back toes towards the side edge of your mat or a little bit forward. Back leg is long and strong. And go ahead and lengthen out through your arms. If it is really uncomfortable for your shoulders, if it feels like a struggle, then bring your hands to your heart. Right? There's always ways to adapt the pose, to adapt the practice so that it can work for you. Now as you inhale, start to straighten that front leg, reach your hands up. As you exhale, come back to your warrior two. Bend your front knee. Soften your toes. Inhale, lengthening and straightening and lifting. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg, hands reach up. Exhale, back to your warrior two. One more time. Inhale, straighten the front leg, hands reach high. Now your left hand stays lifted, and your right hand can come to your back leg. Let it land lightly. Reach up and go back. Your right hand might slide down the back leg a bit. Feeling the space in your left side body. Might feel like a stretch. Might feel like sensation that you can't quite label. And that's okay. You don't have to label it. If anything, don't label it. And just feel it and enjoy it. Now, come on back up. Legs stay straight. Hands come parallel to the ground. Reach as far forward as you can with your left hand. Your hips will go back a little bit. Let your left hand extend down. And your right arm comes up towards the sky for your triangle. Your left hand can land on your leg. That's nice because you can play around with how high you want the hands to be. And often a little more lift gives you a little more room to open up. You can work with the hand inside or outside the leg. Again, a prop is a nice option, so you bring the ground up to you. And notice if your eyes move around, set your gaze intentionally to one point. When our eyes wander, our mind wanders. We're trying to get out of our heads here, right? This is a movement-based practice, but it's meant to be meditation in motion. Feel your breath. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Now as you inhale, come on up to stand once more. Drop your hands. Simply step your right foot up to meet your left. And reset. Set your feet. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. As you inhale, sweep up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Come up to your halfway lift, your flat back. And from here, bring your hands down to your mat. Step back to your tabletop. Hands and knees. So remember, this is a mostly standing practice. From here, move forward. Squeeze your elbows in, lower all the way down to the ground. And let's set up for a cobra. Hands under your shoulders. Feet together or apart, elbows squeeze in. Connect down through your hands, but start to draw your chest forward and lift your heart. Let your shoulders roll back. You don't have to lift high. Feel the back of your body awaken. You can draw your low belly in and up here. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lower back down. Press up to your tabletop. From here, cross your ankles. Sit back over your heels and come onto your back. So really, however you want to get there, come onto your back and we will set up for a bridge pose. Your feet about hips width distance, flat and straight. For some people, it works to brush the heels with the longest finger, but a lot of people have to walk their heels way too far in to do that. So more important, just set your feet at hips width distance, flat, straight. And as you inhale, lift up, lift your hips up. Once you come up, you might adjust your feet. So when you're lifted, your knees are over your ankles. You can't see it, so do your best to feel it. Arms and hands can stay alongside you. You can interlace your fingers under your low back and wiggle your shoulders under a little bit here. If you want to put a prop like a block under your hips, that's a nice option for support. You can't see your feet, so feel your feet, soften your toes. Feel your breath. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. And take one more breath in here. And as you exhale, slowly lower down, upper, middle, low back to your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together and drop your knees to the sides. And you can let your hands and arms rest alongside you with your palms up. If you prefer, you might bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And take a really big inhale. And a big exhale. And from here, we'll move right into Shavasana. You can stay with your legs like this. You might extend your legs out or even take your legs up. Just a short Shavasana. If you can soften your shoulders, soften your fingers and your toes. And you can even soften your breath. But follow your breath. Give as much attention to your breath as you need, so you can stay here for these last few moments of our practice. Take one more really big inhale. And a long exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring some movement back to your body. Draw your knees to your chest. You can roll to one side and make your way to a comfortable seated position. Whatever transition works for you, whatever pose, seated pose works for you. Bring your hands to your heart just for a moment. And together, let's take a big breath in. And a long breath out. And I invite you to just take a moment and acknowledge yourself for showing up today, for moving, for breathing, for doing something for you. Once more, let's take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Heather. I'm the Bent Yogi. This is Mindful Monday. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment below. Let me know. And subscribe to the channel. Share with your friends. Most important, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And I'll see you soon.